It is Thursday. Time for another leg day. Gonna have some fun. Very excited about leg day. Let's see. Just want to talk about. I am still wearing the 20-pound vest. I want to say if you haven't worked out with a weighted vest, or ran with one, or walked with one, I would say one of the interesting things about doing it is it reminds you, in my case, of what it was like to be fatter. If you've never been 20 pounds fatter than you are today, it'll be good for you to feel it because then you'll be like, oh, like I really don't want this. So that's the nice side about working out with a vest. It's a good reminder. So you definitely can feel it. Thanks for the thumbs up. You definitely feel the difference. It definitely doesn't feel as good to have 20 extra pounds. So, you know, always a good reminder. Don't put on that fat again. All right, gonna warm up with some bodyweight squats with 20-pound vest. Here we go. All right. I talk to my kids about the hazards of putting on weight because they're young and they've never been out of shape. So I'm gonna talk about it. Talk about that it's hard to run. It's harder to have fun when you're overweight. And really want to instill that idea of why it sucks to be overweight in them, that it's cumbersome versus like, oh well, you'll like look bad. I don't want them to be feeling bad about their looks, but I want them to think about how they feel. All right, we're gonna go to 30 pounds. Yeah, I think that conversation is important to have. Give them a good, solid plus like a positive conversation about it. Talk about problems before they occur. And as a parent of like young kids, they have like the biggest influence on how much they exercise and enjoy exercising and stuff and being outside. I think introducing your kids to the joys of physical activity is important. The joys of doing something hard and getting something hard done. I see different parents are hesitant to push their kids to do hard things, but then they're delaying their ability to appreciate that feeling of that you get like after a hard workout, after a hard run, after doing something you thought you couldn't do. I think it's important as a parent, find something that your kids think they can't do, and then help them do that thing. Help them work hard and have that success. And starting when they're young. Don't wait till they're older to be like, hey, it's high school now. You really got to knuckle down. Make them feel successful and make them feel strong from the beginning. And just make sure that you use that same motivation for yourself. I think making sure that you're challenging yourself to do hard things, to push your limits with your, not just like your job, but your physical activity. Because if you're a parent, you gotta, gotta be there for your kids. You gotta be able to help them make good decisions. And for me, I don't want to just be there for my kids, but I also want to be there for my grandkids. I want to still be able to get down on the floor and have fun. I watch my mom and my mother-in-law be able to have fun with my kids, and they are younger than I will be by the time they have grandkids, or by the time my kids have kids. So it's very important for me to work hard on that. All right, we're done with the warming up. Time to bust out the 70-pound dumbbells. Gotta adjust them real fast. I think one of the things too that's important to remember as a parent about instilling good habits is there are people that are actively out there trying to persuade your kids to their point of view. And just on the topic of the physical side of things, like if you have kids, there are countless food companies that are trying to convince your kids to buy their junk food products and their bad food. And they have spent untold millions and probably billions figuring out how to best turn your kids into junk food consumers. And they've got all the marketing research done. And you've got to figure out how to stop them from being susceptible to that. Or video games. You know, I'm a big fan of video games. My kids play video games. I've always enjoyed video games. But just knowing that there are video games that like they're designed to make your kids do only that thing. And you gotta really work on them to make sure it doesn't happen. Over the spring break, it really sucked because I had plans on doing some hiking and doing some fun activities with my kids, but then my kids got sick, so that kind of killed that. So they spent a lot of time on their devices playing games and stuff, and I played a lot of video games with them. And it's definitely harder now this week going back to school, like just taking all that away from them. And you see when you take it away from them, like how different or how they respond to it. And it's really kind of scary. But after a couple of days, it's fine. But you gotta like just keep track of that. And it's a lot of fun. Like I have 2 kids, and it's fun when they're off their devices to hear them playing together. Pardon me. And using their imaginations. This is 70 pounds. It's going to be a hard thing for today. Let's go. You gotta remember what's good for the goose is good for the gander. For the record, the dumbbells are 70 pounds, vest is 20 pounds, so it's 160 pounds of weight. Whew. Oh man. All right, let's do that again. Let the fun never stop. Again, this is the 70 pounds dumbbells, so 140 pounds plus 20-pound vest, so 160 pounds. Whew. All right, let's do that again. If I can make it, so it's 2 sets of 10. If I can make it to another set of 10, that means next week I get to move up. Just want to again say, as much as I want to hit another set of 10, you gotta pay attention to your form, because at this weight, you set your knee wrong, where it starts to get shaky and goes out of where it's supposed to be. It's a pretty big injury. That was hard. All right, since we did 3 sets of 10, gonna move on to doing a bonus set. I will say it's definitely easier doing this because I missed Monday's working out, which Monday's workout is doing the 300 squats with a 20-pound vest. But either way, this was not easy. But it does feel good. That's what I'm talking about. Right now I feel really good. All right, let's do this. All right, 4. Bonus set of 4. That's okay. I say you really want to listen to your body when you're doing a lot of weight. And right there was kind of had some warning movements in my knees and form. Let's not push this any further, big guy. Let's be smart about this. I'm gonna go down to the 60-pound dumbbells. Tell you, like, making sure you get a good dinner, it is important. I feel like I'm getting tired. It's because I had a bad dinner. I had French toast for dinner. Which was not exactly the best of meals, but it was good. I was supposed to have it on Sunday for breakfast, but that did not happen. And we bought this like nice brioche bread for it, fancy bread for French toast. So had to eat it before it went bad. Eight or nine rather. Which is still better than last week. All right. Whew. Oh, man. All right, let's do this. gonna go down 50 pounds. Oh. Mm. All right, here we go. All right. Getting tired. That last set of 10 was rough. All right. Let's do this. That's 6. All right. Whew. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good Thursday. Have fun. And just remember, as exhausted as I look or feel, it was fun. This is fun. I got like endorphins kicking in. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna feel good the rest of my day now that my leg day is done. So just know, man, like you get in, get it done, and everything will feel better. Whew. In theory. Okay, not everything. Like but it'll help. It'll help. Hope you guys have a good day and God bless you. Thanks for hanging out.